Hey everybody, my name is Marcel. This is a Canadian journalist and I've been trying to take the holidays, get out there mountain biking in the snow, having a good Christmas with the family and the girlfriend. But Trudeau is in my province and Trudeau is luckily the people of BC, some of them are telling him to get out of BC, you loser. So let's take a little let's look at that.
Mr. Prime Minister,
Yeah.
please get the fuck out of BC.
Have a wonderful day, man.
Yeah, you suck.
Oh man, does he ever suck? I mean, he is hurting people everywhere. He's got his MAID program, putting people under who should just needed a little mental health. He did the COVIDism on everybody. People don't have services. Instead, they have fentanyl and drugs and free hotels for drugs, but they don't get any services to get them off the drugs. These people are gone. Like when you see these people in fentanyl, there's no coming back from that. And of course, everybody can't afford rent. People can't, not everybody, but a lot of people can't afford rent. A lot of people can't afford food, and they're using all their savings and all their money that they make goes to rent and to food. There's no ever buying a house. There's no way you're ever buying a house. Somebody could have the same job, like your parent. Happens in many cases. Your parent could be working at like a mill, in the 80s and 90s, and they're making whatever per hour or on salary, and then they have half of that to go to a savings, and they're able to buy a house for $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, or $100,000 would be like a freaking awesome house, like new, big garage, big property, nice driveway, etc. Because my parents bought our house when I was a kid for, I think it was like $70,000. And so they were able to do a normal job and buy a house. And they were able to pay off that house making $20,000, $30,000 a year, and then having like half their wage saved to pay off that house. Literally, you could pay for the house in a few years and own it. And interest rates were high, but people didn't overborrow. There was no running the system into the ground like in 2007 for the USA. The housing crisis is created by fractional banking, like lending money that doesn't exist and nobody can ever pay back. And now somebody could work making $100,000 a year, which seems like a lot. No money to savings. You barely have any savings after your taxes, after your rent and your food and your insurance and your problems and all the fees and all the communist fees. There's just no money. And then you have a house that's $750,000 kind of at a minimum. Even Merritt, houses are here is $750,000 in Merritt, like in Merritt. Like we all wonder why? What's around here that, I guess it's only a few hours, 4 hours from 3 hours from Vancouver, but it's not like Kelowna. Anyways, guys, let's watch it one more time. One more time.
Mr. Prime Minister,
Yeah.
please get the fuck out of BC.
Have a wonderful day, man.
Yeah, you suck.
Everyone should be heckling Trudeau all the time. He should never have peace because he's not giving us peace. There is no peace for anybody in Canada pretty much unless you're on his team of making a ton of money like Yeg Meat, Mr. Pension, February 28th pension, holding Canada hostage. These are the only people that benefit from Trudeau. A lot of his cabinet is afraid they're not going to benefit from Trudeau, so they're jumping ship. Well, because they want to keep a job and get a pension later on for themselves. Anyways, guys, this is Ernie Racing, Canadian journalist. Just had to do a little Christmas update on Trudeau. Out there skiing. Oh, let's continue the story. So there's some stories on this as well about him holding up the ski resort and the lines and the hotels. So here we are, guys, on Western Standard. Reports claim Trudeau and an entourage vacationing at BC ski resort, angering the locals. Reports have yet to be verified. An uproar is taking place on X over reports of Prime Minister Trudeau and his entourage have spoiled the fun of southern BC ski resort. Yeah, there it is. I have never been so angry after a day at Red Mountain, said a social media user on his recent experience at the Rossland area ski resort. He went to Rossland. Man, some self-important big shot showed up with an entourage of security and they absolutely ruined the entire experience for everyone else. This guy has his goons Thought they were too good to wait in line, cutting ahead of families and kids like they owned the lifts. I don't know who he was, but the arrogance was disgusting. Who the hell shows up to a public ski hill and acts like that? Trudeau's connection to Red Mountain Resort goes back to the 90s. His brother Michael Trudeau was working at Red Mountain at the time of his death in an avalanche in 98. As of Thursday afternoon, there was no confirmation Trudeau was at Red Mountain. More unverified social media posts said his plane had landed in Kelowna, BC, a 4-hour drive to Roslyn. And if it wasn't bad enough, his crew completely clogged up Jose Hotel and the valet and said, livid social media users. The lobby was a zoo of bodyguards everywhere, barking orders, acting like regular people were in their way. The bar was packed and staff seemed stressed out and the whole place felt like a circus. It's a ski lodge, not your personal clubhouse. If you're so special, go rent a private chalet instead of stomping all over everyone else's vacation. This guy's entitlement was unreal. Who shows up to a public mountain with an army of security, messes up the slopes, takes over the hotel, and doesn't even have the decency to act like a human being? Whoever he is, I hope he stays far, far away from Red Mountain next time. We don't need that kind of selfish nonsense here. Anyway, so that was that. There it is, Trudeau. We should get some ski memes going on. Ernie Racing, Canadian Journalist. Cheers.